Hello folks, welcome to OTD, also known as On The Deck, where you can get all the sports you need in 10 minutes. My name is Adam Orduna, this is my mom, Gina.
He's the journalist.
She's the enthusiast.
Oh my gosh, I'm enthusiastic because we're actually talking about some international stuff today. We're kind of doing around the world in sports today.
Well, we're at that point in time of the summer where things have finally wrapped up. NBA is wrapped up.
Finally.
We haven't quite reached the fall sports yet. There's no Summer Olympics right now.
Right.
So there are other sports that are kind of
we
filling
get to
in the
highlight
gap.
some other stuff,
Right.
yeah.
And so there's some things that we want to talk about. Some things that some of the topics are U.S. Open Cup with the Lamar Hunt Trophy. Then we've got the Concacaf Gold Cup as well. And then we've also got the Open, which is the Open tournament, the Open Championship, which is the British Open.
Golf.
For golf. And so
we got soccer and golf.
We got soccer and golf, and it's open. So,
I mean, let's be clear. It is baseball season. There's a lot of baseball going on, but it is the dog days of baseball. We could sit here and just run down scores. Nobody is killing it. Yeah. There's no, oh, the Chicago Cubs are making a historic run. Everybody's just playing decent, middle-of-the-road baseball right now.
About 500.
Right.
All the divisions, for the most part, are about
pretty
neck
even.
and neck. There's no huge separation. Everyone's about... The gap is like 5 games, so which you can make that up in almost one series with a sweep. So it's one of those situations where, as far as baseball goes, there's still a lot of baseball to be played.
They're playing.
But we are going to highlight some of the other sports. As we said, we've got the Lamar Hunt Trophy, the Lamar Hunt U.S.
Lamar
Open
Hunt,
Cup.
our neighbor.
Yes,
Well, okay,
Hunt.
he's not our neighbor. He passed away, but
just a little background on Lamar Hunt. Well, his family, the Hunt family, owns the Kansas City Chiefs. But he was a huge integral part of really just broadcasting and getting the MLS to where it's at today.
Yes. As well as starting up football.
Yeah, and football. He's a huge sports icon in all of America for the most part. His family is a great family to work for. They are, like I said, we're really blessed to have them be the Chiefs owners, and then the fact that they have their hands all on Sporting Kansas City. But then as far as the MLS goes, Lamar Hunt basically started the league. And so when Sporting was the Wizards, the Kansas City Wizards, they played at Arrowhead Stadium.
Yes.
And so Cerner, one of the big companies here in Kansas City, they partnered with Cerner, the Hunt family did, and then they opened up which is now Children's Mercy Park. And so it was actually Livestrong Stadium, now it's Children's Mercy Park, and it's been highlighted as one of the best stadiums to play in. And so with that being said, the U.S. Open Cup is a huge soccer tournament or football tournament, depending on where you're from.
Soccer. We're Americans. It's soccer.
It's a huge tournament. I think it's 4 or 5 rounds worth. And so basically it's just kind of I don't want to say a free-for-all tournament, but all the MLS teams are eligible to play. And then there are certain club teams that can play into the tournament as well.
Professional and semi-pro club teams.
Correct.
That if you're good enough,
yes.
If you and me, well, it's not co-ed, but if you and a bunch of your former, football friends get together, you all say, hey, let's play soccer, and all of a sudden you're pretty good.
Right.
You win your way in. It's an open cup. You can get in there.
You can advance your way on. Now, a lot of those teams, those select teams, don't really get that far.
They get sat down.
But they may get past the first round and play into the second rounds or whatever, but generally the MLS teams are the teams that take over. It's a huge tournament, and so Sporting won it a couple years ago. They've won it a couple times, and so right now they're in the semifinals. It's going to be awesome. There's a chance to actually have the championship be played in Kansas City.
Which, like you said, it's our soccer complex now. They built it specifically for a professional soccer team, and it's now called Children's Mercy Park.
Right.
And here's the thing. It is amazing out there. It's a great venue. It's right by the Kansas Speedway, which is our NASCAR Speedway. It's a really great area out there. I know we always sound like we're the highlight for Kansas City, like we're the Chamber of Commerce, but seriously, it's a great place to go. The games, the matches, whatever, it's played on the pitch, whatever. I'm American. You played a game of soccer. But it's really a fun, awesome venue, so I'd love to see the finals come back here. It would be great.
I think right now Sporting's playing very well. We've got a couple players on the USA team And so there's a little bit of back and forth between Sporting and then the USA team.
And aren't the dates
awesome.
like the semifinals August 9th, but then 9th. The final is like a month later. It's not till September 20th.
Exactly.
So it gives people a chance to come play the tournament, basically, and then still do your day job kind of thing.
Right, exactly. And so it's really fun. It just brings another element to the sporting world, Sporting Kansas City, but I mean in the athletic world. And then in Kansas City as well, because we love our sports here. And so, yeah, we are ambassadors.
Well, we're really lucky that the Hunt family is here in Kansas City. They do a lot for sports.
Right.
So.
Well, as we mentioned, the USA team, Graham Zusi, Matt Beasler, and then it was Dom Dwyer. He just now got called back to getting back with Sporting. But he had a great little run, scoring 2 goals in 3 appearances for Team USA. But we still have Matt Beasler and Graham Zusi for Team USA. They are actually in the Concacaf Gold Cup,
those are all Sporting KC players.
Those are Sporting KC players, correct. And so they have been just honestly killing it.
Oh, they're doing awesome.
The USA team looks very strong, and they just added Josie Altidore and Clinton Dempsey and Tim Howard, the awesome goalkeeper from a couple years ago.
Yes, you guys remember from the World Cup, and they had all these memes with Tim Howard knocking stuff out. He's laid out, you know.
Get out here, bad thoughts, and it's like Tim Howard blocking the ball. I mean,
he's a good-looking guy, too.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. So they just got added to the USA roster. We have advanced on. Basically, we jumped the bye week. We got a bye week, jumped to the bye week of the tournament, and we are now playing in the semifinals for the Gold Cup. That's huge.
Big deal.
We are playing Costa Rica, and we just beat El Salvador. And we struggle sometimes against the other countries. A lot of people don't see us as a soccer
threat,
or a football, powerhouse, football. But we're getting better and better. We're getting more players. Our younger leagues are much better, and our club teams are good. So it only makes sense for us to be competitive.
So I'm the enthusiast. You're the sports journalist.
Yes.
Okay. You're the athlete and the sports journalist. I'm the enthusiast. Okay, so there's different things going on.
Yeah.
The MLS season, they're playing that.
Yes.
That's professional soccer teams in America, different cities. Okay. And then they have a championship.
Correct.
Which Sporting won some years ago.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
Yeah, just like 3 years ago.
Okay. Then you have the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, which is a tournament.
Yes.
That's played over time.
Yes.
And that's open to MLS teams and pro club teams.
Yes.
Okay. And that's what's going on.
Yes.
And then right now you have the Concacaf Gold Cup. Series going on, and that's featuring Team USA in world soccer or world football.
Yes, and then you also have the actual World Cup, which is the big one of all.
But that happens only every 4 years.
Yes, it's
kind of like the Olympics.
Exactly.
Okay.
And just like the Olympics, there's the Olympics as well. So there's a lot of soccer tournaments.
Okay.
It's just like in basketball, though, when you think about it. There's a tournament here, a tournament there. There's always something going on. Partly because soccer is played worldwide,
right?
And so
in every country,
because it costs nothing,
right?
And so you need a ball, a net, and a couple jerseys. So it costs nothing. You get a sponsor, and then you're on your way.
Fair enough.
So it's played everywhere. So there's a lot of world tournaments.
Okay, so we got the Lamar Hunt thing covered.
Yes.
So the CONCACAF is an international play, and the USA just beat El Salvador 2-0.
Right.
Because in international, it's 2-0, nothing. Okay. And then we're playing Costa Rica. You know what I heard? That it's really good that we get to have the game against Costa Rica in the United States, because if you play in Costa Rica, apparently the fans fill up bags with their own urine, and they throw bags of pee onto players. Like, what is going on with international soccer?
Well,
I mean,
I don't know.
Or football. That's so nasty.
There's so much.
They throw batteries.
We
People
don't even
get
have
killed.
time today for it.
They're throwing pee.
It's just disgusting.
Man, no.
Well, speaking of international play, we mentioned the Open Championship, the Open Tournament, the British Open for golf.
Oh, switching to golf,
switching to golf. We're being on the international scale here. Let's talk about that. There's a couple guys that are actually starting off pretty hot. Your guy, Jordan Spieth, right now is on the top of the leaderboard, 5 under. Brooks Koepka, who won the U.S. Open. is actually right up in there. My guy Ricky Fowler, he's 1 under. It's still very early in these rounds. Some of these guys, Phil Mickelson, Lee Westwood, haven't even teed off yet.
Right.
A couple other guys.
Jason Day.
Yeah, Jason Day.
Sergio Garcia, who won the Masters.
Dustin's playing. Justin Thomas, thank you.
You know, he's 3 under right now, Justin.
Yeah, so, you know, there are some guys that we're going to be watching because this is a historic tournament. It's been around for a very long time. You know, a lot of those guys believe that, you know, all Ireland golf and people in Ireland and Scotland,
they invented it.
Like they, you know, they really run
it. Well, they really did, and that's totally fine. But you know what's really interesting about the British Open? Now they just call it the Open.
Right.
I mean, okay, how arrogant are the Brits that they're just like, it's called the Open. You should just know it says.
Wow.
We don't know that. We got the U.S. Open. There's all kind of.
There's a ton of there really is a ton of opens. It's just like for any sport. There's a lot of tournaments.
We're going to call it the British Open. How about that? But I guess it's played at the Royal, is it Birkdale Golf Course in Southport, England. So apparently the weather there is kind of like off and on. They started early in the day. It was like cloudy and overcast. People were wearing sweaters, or what do they call them? They call them jumpers. Yeah. They had jumpers on. And then apparently in the next set of rounds, the sun came out and everybody's like, you know, with their shirt sleeves on. So.
The weather is crazy and there's not a lot of trees, so there's nothing to block the weather.
Yeah, they say the wind there is like,
there's a lot of sand dunes and hills and stuff. So it's
and terrible bunkers is what I hear.
Bunkers are awful. So
well, you know what? Who are you rooting for? I know your guy is Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Ricky. So
I'm always kind of rooting for Jordan Spieth.
Yeah,
but we'll see. I would love just any American.
Yeah,
let's
somebody
go give it to him.
Brooks Koepka, go get it.
Get it, Koepka.
We want to say we appreciate your time, folks, and we'll keep you tuned in with what's going on with the sports
international
world.
sports.
Yeah, see you again.